Hey everybody, welcome back to another digital making at home video for the Raspberry Pi Foundation. I'm here with my sidekick Zach,
So,
and this week the theme is make some art. So what Zach and I are going to do, we're going to do a project that we call Flower Generator. You can get to the instructions for this one by going to rpf.io/dm-flowers. And it will have the instructions there for you to follow. So we're going to follow those today. We're starting with a blank Scratch project. So if you're not logged in and got a blank Scratch project in front of you, do that now. And then I'll just pass across to Zachy and he can start driving or start following those instructions and talking through how it all works, yeah?
Yep.
Sweet. So here's our Scratch project and here's our instructions. All right, Boone. So we've already got our new Scratch project open, so you can drive, mate. So our new Scratch project is already open, so what's the next thing we have to do?
add the pen extension to your project.
Remember how to add the extensions?
Yep.
Cool. So why don't you tell everybody how you do that?
Then you go down to the bottom left corner. If you hang like your arrow or whatever you have over it, it will say add extensions.
Yep.
And you tap on that. Then you find the pen. You tap on the pen and then these should all pop up.
Awesome. And so we get our pen extension, and the pen extension adds a bunch of stuff. Like it allows you to clear your whole screen, it allows you to make a stamp that you can replicate, it allows you to put a pen down and follow a thing along and draw pictures. We can set all sorts of different colors. And the really useful one is erase all. So once you've done a really cool bit of pictures and you've done some nice artwork in your Scratch workspace, you can just get rid of all of it and start again, right? So that's what the pen extension does inside Scratch. So we've added it, we've got all these nice cool little green blocks here, so that's awesome. You can go back to your instructions, man, and click it off. We've done that. And so now we need to make a petal shape, don't we? So scroll down a little bit so everyone can see what we mean in the pictures. It's kind of like an oval shape, like a long oval shape. We'll make some different shaped petals in a little while, but we're going to start with the regular round sort of flower shaped one. So if you want to go back and make that now, Zach, you can show everyone how we do it.
So we go, if this is on,
So we need a new sprite, don't we? Yep, and we want to paint one.
Oops.
That's all right. Head down. Cool. And then we use the circle tool. And what color do you want? Remember, we're going to change color. So right now you can pick whatever color you really like.
No, I'll keep it like this.
Keep it purple. Okay, so you're going to draw your petal shape. Remember, we want the bottom of it. Pro tip for everybody is to make sure the bottom of your petal touches the little target in the middle. So show everybody the target. Fantastic. That's the center of your sprite. And you want the bottom edge of your oval to touch that circle. So draw your little petal shape now, Zach. As big as you want. Cool. And then, so if you go to the arrow, the selector, that's it. You can grab that petal and just make sure the very tip of it is right on the target. Cool. And so what that does is when we take our petal, it might be a little bit big, mate. You want to shrink it down a little bit and then shift it again to make sure. So use the corner in your sprite there. Just up the top. It'd be easy to use the top one. That's it. Drag it down. Cool, and then make sure it's, there we go, so it's centered on that little target at the bottom. Cool. And so having the bottom part of your petal centered on the target means that as we do the next parts of it, it will consistently turn the right way. It will turn from that center point of your costume, and it will mean that it will actually look like a flower. If you don't have that centered, it will turn in all sorts of weird directions and they'll go around. It won't look like a flower the way we want it to. Cool. We can go back to our instructions and tick that off now, mate. Give it a tick. Yep, tick that one off as well. Cool. Scroll down a bit. Okay, so now we're going to start using our stamp, right? And this is where we take our sprite and we can do whatever we like to it. And when we say stamp, it just slams it down and makes a copy and a copy and a copy, just like it does when you make a stamp out of half a potato, or you have those cool picture stamps you might use to make Christmas cards and wrapping paper. So let's head back to our sprite now. We can add that piece of code. So go to our code, when flag clicked. Cool, and we want to repeat. And we want it to repeat, let's say 6 times. Cool, and we want it to stamp. So we want it to go to our pen blocks and use stamp. And then grab a motion block. We want it to rotate. So turn. Yep. Cool, and then grab an operator. So how many degrees are in a circle? Do you remember?
360.
360, well done, man. So we have our 360, and since we're repeating 6 times, we're going to go to, so take your divide operator. That's the one with the slash in the middle. So you might be used to the divide sign, which has the 2 dots and a line in the middle. That's what you're used to, isn't it? But we also use that slash to mean divide as well. So pop that into the turn block, right? And we want it to be 360 degrees in the first one, divided by the number in your repeat block. So 360 divided by, how many have we got now repeat?
6.
Awesome. So what that does is it means that when we've got 6 petals, it's going to make them all perfectly spaced around our 360 degree circle. So if you push the green flag now, Zach. Where is it? We got no green flag. Where's it gone? Let's see. What we'll do is we'll save it now so we don't lose our work. Cool. For some reason it's not showing up. It's just doing something weird. Right, should we refresh and see if we get our green flag show up? It's a weird bug. Here we go, loading our project back in. And there it is, cool. So if you click the green flag and show everybody what it does, pow. So we get 6 petals, all equally spaced, and Zach's got a nice black outline around his one that shows you the individual petals. You like having the outline, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we do there is we've just got those things are stamped 6 times in perfect division around our 360-degree circle. Cool, that's 1 flower. Awesome, man. Let's head back to our instructions, give them a tick. Nice one. So this here, the next part, is a tip for if you haven't got your costume centered on the dot, but we've got our one, so click the tick there as well. We made sure that the bottom of our petal is in the center of our costume, so you can click that tick. That's it, head down a bit more. Okay, so now, if we go back, we can use our erase all to delete the code, but we don't need to because our one is perfectly straight, so you can just click that one tick, and tick the next one too. Right, and now we're going to make our custom block. So we need to make a block, yeah? Let's make a new block. Do you remember how to do that one?
Yeah.
Cool, let's head back to scratch. You can talk everybody through how to make a block.
So first, you go on to make a block and you click on like this bar and it says make a block.
Cool.
Tap on it and in here you type the name.
So what is it going to do, this block?
It's gonna...
Well, that's okay. What's it going to do? We're going to make a custom block, and what are we going to have it do? It's going to make something every time.
It's going to make another flower.
Cool, so let's call it make flower or draw flower. Awesome. Let me say okay. And so now this custom block, you'll see you'll get a define block dropped straight into your workspace like Zach has here. So what we're doing is we're essentially making a function now, which is a programming word for a thing that you can call back every time and it will do the same thing every single time. So if you wanted to make a cup of tea, for example, and I asked you to go make me a cup of tea, if I asked you for a cup of tea, what would it look like? Would it have milk in it?
Yeah.
Would it have sugars in it?
Yeah.
How many?
2.
Right. So instead of saying to you, like, okay, Zach, go downstairs, get the kettle, fill it with water, put the kettle back, turn on the kettle, get a cup out of the cupboard, put it on the bench, get the sugar, get the tea bags. I don't have to tell you that, do I? I just say, can you make me a cup of tea? But you know how to do that because I've told you before, haven't I? You've seen how to make a cup of tea before, right? And that's what we're doing here. We're giving it all the instructions we need so that whenever we want it to, we can just go, make me a cup of tea or make me a flower. Right, and that's what that pink block is going to be. It's going to be make me a flower. So let's go back to our flower generator. We can tick that box off because we've added our new block. Brill, let's head down. And it explains to us about our define flower and draw flower. So go, that's cool, give it a tick. Let's roll down. So what we want is we want to take the code that we have now and make that our custom block. So go there, yep. Grab your repeat and just clip it to the bottom of draw flower. Whoop, grab the whole thing. Awesome. And now, in order to make it work, we need to have our draw flower block appear in one of our scripts. So drag the pink block across to underneath when green flag clicked. Cool. And you can just click the green flag and we get the same thing, okay? So that's really cool. So now whenever we want to draw a flower, we can say like, okay, move over here and draw me a flower. Move over there, draw me a flower. Change the colors, draw me a flower, right? We can use that block to make me the same flower whenever I want. So let's go back to our instructions. Give that a tick. Scroll down a bit. All right, cool. So look, interesting. So the next block we want is one of the cool ones from Pen. So let's head back to our flower generator and grab our erase all and clip it in between the green flag. Sweet. So if you grab a control, just so we can show everybody what it does, grab a wait 1 second and pop that in between your green and pink blocks there, just so we can show everybody what it does. That's it. So what's going to happen now is it's going to delete the flower, wait a second, draw me a new flower. Click green flag. All gone. There's my new flower. Okay, so you can take that pink, just drag it up. So drag the pink one up. Cool, and get rid of the weight. Nice, smooth. It's good, dude. So let's go to our flower generator again. Here's our instructions. Give it a tick, and give it a tick because we've tested it. So now what we want to do is we want it to have draw me a flower, move the sprite to somewhere else, draw me another flower. Yeah? Let's have it do that. How would we get it to do that? Shows us right here.
So first we've already done that.
Nice.
That.
So we just got to add a couple extra blocks, don't we?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it the quick way. So go to our go-to, which is in our motion blocks, and drag one in, go to XY, pop that in above draw flower, right click on go to XY, right on the block.
Oh.
Oh, hang on a sec. On the actual blue block itself. That's the way. Duplicate. Clip it to the bottom. Blam. Now change the numbers. So minus 75 and 75. Oh, yep, 75, 75 is fine.
Yep.
That's fine, mate. It doesn't really matter as long as they're different numbers. Cool. And then the next one, 2 different numbers. This one was minus 75 in the instructions. But you can pop something else in if you want, as long as they're both minus numbers. Yep, and minus something else. So one in the top right corner, one in the bottom left corner. Okay, yeah, that's fine, man. And now click green flag. We get 2 flowers. Cool, man, nice. We're on our way, we're killing it now. We're starting to make some awesome flowers. Give it a tick, and let's head down. So we've got 2 flowers now, just like the code says. Give it a tick, head down. So now we get to do the fun part, the part that you like the most, which is where you get to mess with all the color and stuff and pick random numbers, right? Nice, okay, let's head back. So actually, let's have a look at our instructions first. So it says here we want to throw in our set color effect to 150. So let's do that. Remembering that whatever color you've set, that set color effect is based on your first base color. So it will change those colors depending on what you've got. Yep, so click that in on the draw flower above repeat. Fantastic. You can change that number to be whatever you want. Anything you like. Okay, give it a go, green flag, and we should get a different color flower. Yeah, interesting. Doesn't like number 200. Let's try something smaller. Try 100 and see what it does.
I can do 150.
150, like the instructions say, okay. Alright, so we always get 150. How could you make it be a different color every time?
Pick random.
Do it. Let's have a tinker now. So grab our pick random, make it go from 1 to 150. Okay, so every time it goes to draw flower, it's going to pick a new random color. Go for it. Bong bong. And again. Bong bong. And again. Awesome. Now we're getting different colored flowers. All right, we popped our random in. We've already tweaked this project a little. Okay, so that's why. Why didn't it like 200?
Because it was too big.
Too big. Excellent, man. So what's the highest number you can use in your set color effect?
199.
199. Well done. That's good.
So done now.
Okay, so.
Oh, I like this part.
Yeah, this part. Okay, so let's go back. So what we want to do is we want to edit our define now. So right click on it. You should be able to edit. Cool. And now what we want to do is we want to add an input number or text. So click on that and click on OK. And you'll see here it's added a new thing. So we want to put color. So type color in there. Awesome. And click enter and then OK. And you'll see it gives us this little block. Show everyone the block in our parameter. Fantastic. So what we've got there is we've now added a parameter to our thing, okay? So I can add things. So if I say to Zach, make me a cup of tea, then I get a white tea with 2 sugars, right? That's the way Zach makes tea. Yeah, that's your default tea. Okay, that's the way you automatically do it. Now, if I set some parameters, I could start toggling things in there or changing things and be specific with Zach and say, okay, Zach, make me a cup of tea, but I want it with no milk and 9 sugars, right? Or I want it with orange juice and toast crumbs. Right? Yeah, gross, but that's the idea, right? So I can set parameters. So I can say, this is the way. I want you to make me a cup of tea, but I want you to do it this way. And that's what we're adding to our custom blocks now. We're adding a color parameter. So let's go back to our instructions and see how we make that work. So tick that one off. We've edited our block. We added an input number called color. Awesome. And now we drag our color to the color effect block. So it's going to bump out our random. Right, and it's going to give us that color block. So yeah, pull that out, pop our color block in. Cool. So it's going to set color effect to color. Go to flower generator, give that a tick, and then we're going to add that parameter in, okay, into our draw flower block.
You did that?
Right, yeah. So you'll see here. So go back up.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Right, so go back to our Scratch project. And you'll see where we've got it set to color. So show everybody that pink block there for us. Hover over this. So you say set color effect to color. And in our script, we can define what we want that number to be. So if you go in here to your draw flower number, okay, you can put in any number you want in there. You can put in like, any number. Number between 1 and 50. 50, okay. And then in the other one, put a number between 100 and 190. Okay, so when Zach's one goes to draw flower, it's going to draw the first one with a color effect of 50 and the second one with a color effect of 121 because those are the parameters he put in. So let's click the green flag and watch it do that now. Cool. So those are the two colors we set up by using the parameters for our function. Okay, so we've defined a function which is draw flower, and now we've set a new parameter called color, and we can make that color anything we want. And so Zach could take his random block and duplicate it, and pop one in the top hole for draw flower. Yep, and one in the bottom hole. Just drag that one across. That's okay, just drag that one. That's right, we can leave it spare. Cool, and so now when you click it, it's going to pick us random colors again. Okay. Cool. Nice work, Boone. Boom. Let's have a look at our instructions. Okie doke. So we've done that one. You can go up and tick that one off. Oh, head down a bit. Where's the tick for this one? There's no tick. That's okay. Head down. Tick that one. Alright, so now we're going to make a new parameter. What's this one going to be called? It tells you in the top line of this paragraph.
Input set to size.
Set to size. So let's go back and edit our define block again. And we're going to add another input number. So what's this one going to be called? It's going to change the size. Yeah, let's call it size, right? So we name our things that make sense. We could call it like monkey or Jeff, right? But then if someone comes to use our code, they won't understand what Jeff means, right? If we say it means size, size is obviously what it means. And you'll see that it's added another parameter to our block. So if we just grab these up here, drag them up, you see we've got a new parameter hole inside our new blocks, right? Over here we've got a new parameter, and we've got the size block that's been added to it here, so we can drop that in wherever we like. Let's give that one a tick and head down. Okay, so what we can do now is we can tell it to draw a specific size, right? So let's go here. You can pop a size. Let's get rid of this. So what would we need to add to our define block to make sure that it was setting our size to be the right thing?
Drag a size.
Not yet, because we've got to have something in our define that says set our size to be the size we want. So let's go to our looks and grab a set size. Yeah, good. Yep, underneath your define is fine. And your up, not inside the loop. That's it. And drag your size block into size. So a little size loop up there, that's it. Pop it into your size hole. Fantastic. And now let's go over here, and you can set size, or you can ask it to do random. But let's set two numbers, a small number and a big number for now. Pick a small number, like a one-digit, no, maybe two-digit number, something between 10 and 20, or 10 and 50.
Yeah, I should do 26.
26, cool. And then for this one, do something big, something more than 100. Something somewhere around like 120 to 150. 136, awesome. Click the green flag, and we should get one small flower and one big flower in two different colors. Boof. Do it again. Boof.
They're all at both times they're the same size.
Yeah, well, if you, they'll stay the same size because we've defined them to be. This one here, the purple one, is size 26, and the green one is size 136.
Oh, I get it.
Okay, so if you had size 100, that's the same size. Anything smaller shrinks it down, anything bigger makes it big. Okay, and you'll see it's got size 136 popped down there underneath our workspace. All right, it's giving you that definition there. So that's cool. So how could we make our sizes be different every time?
Pick random.
Pick random, you know it. So let's pop another random into those two parameters. And this time you can make the number between anything you want. So anything too small and it won't be seen, right? If you've got a 1, it will be like this big, and that's no good to us. So what's the biggest number you want it to be?
199.
Sure, 199. It can actually be anything you want. You can make it 1,000 if you wanted to, but then 1,000 times that would be a massive. It would take up the whole screen. You wouldn't even see it. I think 150 is probably as big as you want to go. 124, okay. And then the next flower, put him the same. So same as 124. And I think number 1 is a little too small. So I'd make it something a bit bigger, like maybe 10 be a minimum.
I'm just going to give it 15.
Okay, cool. Just to be safe. And so now you'll get 2 flowers of random colours and random sizes. Bam. 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 That's cool, dude. You're killing it. Okay, let's check out our instructions again. Give that a tick. Roll down. Give it a tick, because they do. So now what's the next one we're going to change?
Make the flowers different. Like on the other one I had 6. We can make it like 7 or 3 or something.
Awesome. So let's go back to our code. So what we need to do now is that's it. So in our define one, how do we make a thing for the number of petals? How do we change our define block in order to add another parameter? You remember? It's cool. Right click on it and click edit. So add another input number. And what's this one going to define? How many petals it has, right?
So petals.
Petals. So say okay. Now we've got another one called petals. So this is where it gets a little different. So what you want to do is grab petals and pop it into your repeat hole. And then grab petals up there and pop it into the one that says number 6. Down in your turn degrees.
Oh.
That's it. So what we're going to do now is we've got it, repeat the number of times that I want petals, stamp it that many times, and turn 360 divided by the number of petals I have. So it will always be perfectly symmetrical. They're going to be they're going to be spaced at the same number of intervals all the way around, no matter what petals is. Now, up here, we've got a new parameter hole. We can tell it to set a number of petals that we want. We could use a static number, right? So in the top one, you could write 3 petals, and you'll get the first flower that always has 3 petals. If we put 9 in the bottom one, you'll always get a petal that has 9 petals. But how do we make it choose weird ones? Random. I love random. So go to operators, grab random, throw it in, and we probably want our minimum numbers for these ones to be 3 because a 2-petal flower kind of looks weird. And then you had some really massive ones, didn't you? Yeah. Yesterday you had a huge upper range. So what would you like your top number to be? How many petals would your flower have?
15.
15, yeah? You were going bigger yesterday.
How much was I going yesterday?
Pretty high. You're going up to like 100 petals. Oh. So type in 100 for one, that's fine. And you can type in 15 for the other one if you want, and we'll just see how it goes. Cool. And so give it the green flag.
Oh yeah, I did.
Right? Pretty cool. So you could have them change those numbers to be whatever you wanted, right? You can have like a whole bunch of petals. You can do all sorts of crazy stuff. Yeah? Awesome. So let's go back to our generator and click that tick. So we've got those flowers that are making those cool things. And so now, instead of having it, what we're going to do is instead of clicking the green flag to make our 2 petals, or to make our 2 flowers, sorry, we'll have it press a key, right? So that way we can have it do different things by pushing different keys on the keyboard. You won't always have to click the green flag. So let's go back to our project. And that's it. So remove erase all. That's it. We'll pull it down till the shadow goes away. That's it. Cool. Now you can go back to events and when key pressed. And in the instructions, they use the F key. So let's use the F key for our one. Cool. And so now when you press the F key, boop, we get 2 flowers of different sizes, different colors, different petals. Nice. Great work, man. Let's head back to our instructions. Let's head down a bit. Cool. Press F to test your code. We did that. Cool. So let's go back to our thing and let's tweak this project a little more. Let's go back to flower generator. So where we've got this go to and repeat, how about you grab a repeat number? So grab a repeat block, sorry, from control. Drag that in and clip it around go to and draw flower. So up, under erase all. Great. Okay, so now how many flowers do you want it to draw? Because it's going to draw 2 times whatever you put inside there. Now, that's cool. It's going to draw 80 flowers, which is really what we want. But it's going to draw them all in the same places. It's going to draw 1 here and 1 there, exactly where we've got it. How could we make it do something different? Yeah, random, because random's amazing. So let's go back to go to motion though, because we can do this in one fell swoop. We don't need to use 2 random numbers. We can use go to random position. So what we want to do is, I'll show you a little trick. I'll just drive quickly. We'll pull this out, pop this up here. We'll get rid of this. We'll pull these off and get rid of this. And then we'll go clip, clip. And I'm going to pop it in there. And so now what we've got is 40 times. It's going to draw 2 flowers. So what's 40 times 2?
80.
80. So it's going to draw 80 flowers in random positions every time. Push F. It's drawing a bunch of cool flowers. We're going to get like some crazy 70s wallpaper thing going on. That's pretty cool, right? Let's make it go faster. Click stop. Edit your define block. Right click on define. Edit. Now down the bottom there's a checkbox. Run without screen refresh. Click that. Click OK. Now press F. Bam. Look at that. Do it again. Yeah, that's amazing. So make it go full screen. Do it again. Pow, look at it go. Right, so if you want to watch it draw every petal, you can. Just untick that box in your define. If you want it to just slam it up like we've done here, then you can click do it without screen refresh, which means that it doesn't continually check in with the screen all the time. It just slams up your pictures for you one or as soon as they're completed. That just does them for you. That's pretty cool, right? Nice work, dude. That was awesome. So we've basically done our beginnings of our project, right? Let's have one that clears everything, right? So go to get our when something key pressed again. And then after this one, we'll stop and I'll do some bonus features videos to show everyone how to make some different wallpaper styles. So events, and when key pressed, drag it over, click the pull down menu, in space, no, so where it says space on the block you just dragged in.
Oh.
That's it. Okay, so go up a bit. Do we have a delete key? I don't know if we do. Go up. No, we don't. So let's go down and use R for rubber.
Have I gone past it?
No, there it is. Cool. So now all you need to do is go to pen and grab and erase all and clip it to the bottom of that R key pressed. So now push R. All gone. Now push F. And it comes back. Sweet. It's great work, man. I love it. That's the flower generator, everybody. So that's how you can make some pretty cool geometric art in Scratch. If you like the pictures you do, you can save them. So you can right-click on them and save them as a picture. So right-click on your workspace, man. And you can go down Save Image As. So click on Save Image As. Well, actually, let's make it full screen, shall we? Oh, there we go. So it's come up in our download block. So Zach's got his downloaded picture. He's saved that picture. So you can click on that now. And it will open it. And we'll just, hang a sec, it's going to come up in this window here. So let's drag it across to the screen so everybody can see it. There it is. And Zach's got his picture saved there, right? So he can save that image, you can send it to people, you can put some text over the top of it, right? You can do a few different things in any sort of paint program you've got on your computer. And that's like custom artwork that you can do. So if you made some sweet custom artwork here, share it with us on rpf.io/home. Share it to us on Twitter. Mention Digital Making at Home. We'd love to see the crazy flower generation stuff that you're doing. It's a really nice way to make some really simple art. I find it really sort of therapeutic to go out and just punch out different pictures of flowers. You were doing it yesterday like for a couple of hours, right? We were just banging out crazy artwork with random psychedelic colours. It was really good. So we hope you've enjoyed that, everybody. So yeah, please share your work with us at rpf.io/home. Keep making really cool stuff and we'll see you next week. Later, gang. Bye.
Bye.